back to my channel, A Bookish Heart with Shauna. And today I have a special guest joining us, which is my fiance, Tony. He's going to be doing a book review, his very first ever book review, to add a different twist to my channel. And I've been trying to think of different ideas, unique content, and how to keep my channel different from everyone else's and exciting. So I'm trying to think of some unique things I can do. So I have some ideas, so expect some interesting content coming up in the next couple weeks. And yeah, I'm going to pass you over to my lovely fiance Tony for his book review. I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you, Shauna. I appreciate it. So here we go. I'm just going to break right into it. I read a book, or I read some of the book, I guess half of a book, whatever you want to call it. It's called The Masked Republic Luchaverse, and it is written by Marco Lopez and Ivan Plaza. Now, I'm a big wrestling fan, love wrestling to the core. I do promos in competition and just love wrestling. So I thought this book would be cool. I got this book in a wrestling crate, which I was subscribed to for a while. And this book came in, and I thought I'd give it a read. I'll show you a little bit of what it looks like. Here you go. The artwork is fantastic. There's good artwork, real professional wrestler characters, Rey Mysterio and Phoenix, and a lot of the guys who real wrestle. Obviously lucha wrestlers. And for people who don't know, period, lucha. Most lucha wrestlers have masks on, and they have an identity they don't want to show, and it's kind of against their tradition in wrestling to not ever take their mask off. And obviously they got a lot of different traditions they do. But anyways, in this book, get back to it. I thought it was going to be a little better than it was. A lot of this book is about not so much wrestling, but it's changed more fantasy, where there's a gods and powers, and Rey Mysterio gets these powers, which makes him the leader of all the luchas. And he basically is the chosen one, and he's found this out because of a power that he got out of nowhere. So it goes from that, basically, and he's fighting all these gods, and basically any bad guy you can think of that has 3 to 4 arms, he's taken out. And for a fantasy reader, who likes fantasy and is into wrestling and maybe comic books and so on, will probably love this. I gotta say that they'd probably really think this is one of the best. But I'm more of a realistic. I like realistic stuff. So when I was thinking of a wrestling story, I was thinking of maybe there's a wrestling story and some wrestling background of what happens and so on. But it wasn't that, but that doesn't mean the book is bad. It just means it's not my style. It's not my cup of tea. But again, this book, was interesting, a lot of ways, because there was a lot of different characters that I didn't know about. There's a lot of wrestlers that were real wrestlers that I didn't even hear about. So this kind of introduced me a little bit to some luchas that I didn't know about. So in the end of the day, I'm giving this book a thumbs down. It's not really something, like I said, I like. But it's also given me more insight to read something again. It's hard to please me a lot of ways when it comes to reading. I'm real picky, and I have to really pull me in before I decide to pick up a book. And that's sad, I know, but it is what it is. But what I'm looking for, and if anybody has any advice for me, I love professional wrestling, I love boxing, I love sports, mostly contact sports. And I would love to find a book out there that truly has something towards it. It doesn't have to be a true story, but it has to be a story that's not so fantasy-wise, where there's, gods coming out of this one and, 3-armed men running at someone. I would prepare a more realistic approach of a story of, if anybody had saw the movie The Wrestler, it breaks it down, all the aspects of a wrestler, what he goes through. I would love to see a book along the lines of that, but something different, So if there's anybody out there who has any, same interest as I do in sports, in wrestling for that matter, and knows about a book, please let Shauna know. here on A Bookish Heart, and I would really appreciate it. But again, I do think that this is a great book for someone who's into this style, which I'm not. So for me, it's a thumbs down, like I said. But the pictures, the artwork, and the story is an interesting one if someone's into it. But I'm not going to bore you all too much with this. But I just wanted to give you a little review of this book, and again, I'll tell you the name of it. It is called The Masked Republic Luchaverse, and it is written by Marco Lopez and Ivan Plaza. It is the complete one-shots collection. So if anybody's looking for that and wants to find a little more about it out, there you have it. Till then, thanks again for having me, Shauna. I appreciate it, and hope I didn't mess too much up. So with that being said, I'll pass you back to Shauna. Thanks again.
Hi, thanks for watching. Hope you liked his book review. Remember to like and subscribe and comment down below if you have any book suggestions for him. Thanks so much for watching, and check back soon for more content. Bye.